claims. We cannot say we cure epilepsy, we cure diabetes. You know, anybody that's saying making medical claims is probably not reputable. If they're breaking that #1 rule, that you can't make medical claims, what other laws or rules are they potentially breaking? You know, everyone slips up every now and then, but it's different when you're putting it out on your product or in your marketing materials that you're making claims that you are not allowed to substantiate, or you cannot substantiate. And then it's cheaper, better, particularly when it comes to CBD oil. It is absolutely not better because it's not cheap to produce. If you produce it right, with the CO2, with organic farming, there's no way you can sell a cheap product and adhere to all of those standards and be profitable and make any money. So cheaper is not better in this case. There are many methods of use. Smoke in terms of hemp is much less common, but vaping is very common. That still has its own issues of inhalation and putting things into your lungs. It is going to give you the fastest response, but the shortest acting time. So generally speaking, 30 minutes to an hour, it'll start to fade. And this was my 2 cents. Not suitable for regular use for anyone with lung disease, asthma, COPD, those kinds of things. I wouldn't recommend inhalation. Ingestion, there's a million preparations now. I don't care what you like or don't like, there's something for you. It's going to have a slower, come up slower response. It takes up to an hour, but it's also going to last longer effect, depending on your digestive system and your metabolism. I wouldn't say most people last 6 to 8 hours, but it just depends on the person. If you're taking a medical cannabis, this was kind of unrelated and I shouldn't really put it on this slide, I just saw it, but if you're taking a medical cannabis product that has THC, it must be taken with high-fat food as an edible, because the THC requires fat to bind to and be used by the body. So that belongs in a different presentation.
So keto-friendly then, huh?
Yeah. And then topical preparations are super common. Creams, bath bombs, and that's going to give you localized targeted relief. So if you have a localized issue, I highly recommend a localized preparation. If you have a systemic issue like sleep, then an oral preparation is what I
Are they as effective as the other kinds?
Yes, very much so. The topicals.
I broke my tailbone, 2 months ago? And yeah, I know.
Ow.
It was not pleasant. And that was actually the first time I actually used CBD cream. I had been kind of hesitant, even though I work here and everything. Like, you just have to learn it yourself or have something that you want to take and decide to take and go ahead and try it. I tried the bath bombs, loved it, but I hadn't tried topical. And it saved me in a lot of ways. It saved me. It was amazing to the point where now I'm like a huge supporter and use it almost all the time, especially after working out. Like for me, it's I work out a lot, and so like muscle pain that I get, or like overuse of like certain joints and stuff, it works and it feels so much better.
So it gets into the joint even when you put it on your skin?
It does, yeah. Well, depending on the concentration.
Sure.
Obviously, I buy pretty nice, high quality stuff. So.
Yeah.
A nice thing about the blend in our hemp, so we have a product called Soothe. But in addition to the CBD, they've blended it with some essential oils, and of course those are very small molecules that penetrate cells very quickly.
Right.
So,
So the
kind of this whole bit about the whole is bigger than the some of the parts. With the Soothe, you feel relief instantly because those terpenes get in there and do their thing, and then you've got the lasting effect of the
But there are
cannabinoids
terpenes in the marijuana as well.
There are terpenes in the marijuana, and then they supplement them with terpenes from essential oils. Correct.
This is very cool.
In fact, we did a presentation last fall. We had a pretty big event at one of the hotels here in town. And of course, I'm walking in, setting up, and just call me klutz. I slipped with a box full of stuff and fell towards the wall here, so I hyperextended my back and my neck and everything, and had to talk in like 15 minutes, and dusted off and got up and sat down again, and got up and sat down again, and they came in. We had just introduced the product, so I hadn't tried it yet. They locked me down from head to toe with MFX. got through the day.
There you go. Yeah, I forgot about that. So dosing, this is what we're talking about now. How do you decide? Where do you start? And I think this is so important, especially because unlike other supplements, the FDA has not issued a recommended daily intake. So there's really no guidance. Each company decides for themselves what they recommend based on their, research and information. But here's what I would suggest for people to consider when you look at your dose. The concentration of the CBD, the weight of the individual's body chemistry and metabolism. If you have a slow metabolism or a fast one, or your digestion like me, it's the slowest thing on the planet. Severity of the condition being treated. And then also understanding that CBD is biphasic, much like alcohol, which is also something I learned preparing for this. So meaning your experience or results may change as the dose increases. So like alcohol is a stimulant up to a certain point and then it becomes a depressant to the system. CBD is actually the opposite. So it may have a calming effect to a certain point, and then there's a point where you might tip over and actually feel stimulated. So if you're taking it for sleep, maybe you're taking too much, and you might need to back down. So it was
Interesting.
learn more every day. Maybe want to learn even more. It's a slippery slope. So with that being said, this is what I tell everybody. There's no one size fits all, and there is trial and error involved. Particularly an oral preparation versus topical. You'll know, yes, it worked, I need more, or not. Versus when you're ingesting something. So that's what we want to talk about. If you're going to take something orally, these are the best practices for dosing. So estimate the starting dose based on your body weight. And a good rule of thumb is 1 to 6 milligrams of CBD per 10 pounds of body weight, and based on discomfort. So I would start with 1 milligram of CBD per 10 pounds and then work up from there. And there's a few reasons. Start small and increase gradually. Number 1, it's expensive. That's the number 1 reason. You're not going to overdose on CBD, but you can spend entirely too much money on CBD and and take more than you need. So start small and increase gradually. I also recommend consulting with your physician, particularly if you take medications, for any interactions.
Well, good luck with that.
Correct,
Right.
which is why we have an integrative nurse practitioner here that you can actually have an honest conversation with, and she will look at and talk to you like a normal person.
There's a DO in Maine who specializes in marijuana, and he gave a talk at a conference for family physicians that my daughter went to, and she said she went up and talked to him afterwards because it made so much sense. She can't take it here, on her day off to relax because they're going to test her, but that's what she was talking with him about, and she said most of the doctors were rolling their eyes.
Yep, mainstream is not
But they invited him to talk.
Hey, we'll take that as a baby
He
step.
is making $1 million a year, I'll tell you that.
Well, there you go. And that's it. So there's a big shift, I think, as a culture in a society where we're looking for more natural solutions and less pharmaceuticals, and trying to find that balance, because there's a place for all of it. It's just, one thing that I found really helpful was journaling your experience. So there was actually a journal that I came across as I was searching, that's like, this is the strain, or this is the product, this is how much CBD it had, this is how it made me feel, this is, and so you can track what worked for you and what didn't. So if you try different products, you need to increase it, you need to decrease it. So like a food journal, but
By
a
any
CBD
chance,
journal.
remember what that was?
No, but I'm gonna
Okay.
have something fun with it. My husband gave me a whole other idea what to do with that. But no, I bet if you journaled,
I just think for my son.
Googled, is what I
For
meant.
my son.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So your goal is to find the lowest effective dose, just like you would do with any other medication. Lowest effective dose. You don't want to take more than you need, right? And you don't want to pay for more than you need. So here's our Hemp FX Relax. This is a nighttime sleeping preparation. I just wanted to show just simply how you would, calculate this. So depending on the bottle, you're going to look at the serving size, find the milligrams per the serving size, and then determine the suggested starting dose for your weight and do a little math. So for example, from this bottle, say a serving size is 10 drops. that appropriate level that works for you.
So there's no problem taking this on the airplane? Because it's legal?
Yes.
It's national?
Correct. Yes. Why I chose Hemp FX, because this is a question I get asked all the time. Well, number one, Dr. Wallach is the head of Longevity, and that guy is just phenomenal. Longevity has a long history of promoting quality products for health and wellness. And this team in particular is what actually sold me, because I had no interest when we started this conversation.
What do you mean, this team?
This team, Longevity, the local
The
team
White
of
UI
distributors,
extension team.
this team under Mary, because they've got really quality people, smart people that are, sometimes in different companies you get there's a lot of people involved, a lot of people excited, but no one really dives deep into anything about it. So it's very superficial, and I love how everyone is just really deep into the science behind it and understanding how it works and why it works. And the whole team at Longevity is available. They come down from Colorado. I've never seen that before, where these people that are making lots of money will come down and sit down with little old Las Cruces and talk with us about what's happening. And so I've tried the products. They work. I like them. Hemp FX checks all the boxes that I'm concerned about in terms of a quality product. And the scientists at Hemp FX have paired it with superior CBD and natural botanicals. So we also know that CBD isn't the be-all, end-all, that there's lots of other natural products that can be combined to also have that synergistic effect. So doing that, we'll show you just this 2 minutes, super quick. And I'm excited. I think my links work. I like when that happens.
Have you used it on your clients?
No. I'm not
It's
gonna, I do an essential oil based massage oil, but not, this is new to me and I didn't wanna spend $75 for a little bottle.
Not know what you're...
Yeah, and not know, and I'm gonna have to upcharge on that. I can't charge what I charge and be spending that much on an oil.
And that's why we do these events, because
Yeah.
we want people to know what they're putting in their body.
Correct.
And nobody's an expert on every product, but certainly the ones that we see the most demand for, we try
We
to
focus on and get
learn
people.
details and find out the facts. And
One of my clients brought me some hemp oil for my headaches. She just thought it might help, and I'm like, why am I taking hemp oil? That's like for cooking, right? I need to be
If
taking
it's
some
hemp
CBD.
seed oil, it just depends on what it is. So yeah, that's knowing what it is.
Yeah.
Because people make assumptions because they just don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to do something good for you. It may in fact be CBD oil, but it would probably say that versus hemp oil.
It tastes like weed smells. It's potent. I mean,
Interesting.
I don't feel anything, but I'm like, I just take it. 'Cause
You're like,
yeah.
it might help with my headaches.
No, it's not.
Unfortunately.
More healthcare professionals and people seeking alternative and natural health treatments are turning to hemp-based products because of the growing body of research supporting its benefits. The hemp plant, and specifically its hemp oil, contain cannabinoids which have been found to support many aspects of health, including pain relief, stress relief, and sleep. Longevity has leveraged our years of natural plant-based nutritional research to introduce 3 new products, all containing a specialized hemp oil with a rich source of cannabinoids, including CBD and other full-spectrum phytonutrients. Each Longevity product combines the phytocannabinoid-rich hemp oil with a complementary set of herbs, essential oils, and other nutrients to create proprietary blends to enhance the benefits. Hemp FX Soothe helps support muscles and joints by enhancing a healthy immune response and reducing free radical stress. For optimal results, it contains our hemp-derived CBD, plus the powerful antioxidant glutathione and a variety of herbs and minerals. Hemp FX Relax helps ease the mind and the body for a deep and restful sleep. We combined our hemp-derived CBD with melatonin and the naturally relaxing herbs chamomile, lavender, and valerian to help calm the body, relax the mind, and support your best night's sleep. To help support positive energy for your mind and your mood, we created Hemp FX Uplift. In combination with St. John's wort and a specialized set of terpenes and cannabinoid enhancers, our hemp-derived CBD helps support an overall sense of calm. It naturally helps boost your cognitive performance, providing sharpness and clarity to enhance your mental outlook. To learn more about Hemp FX, contact your Youngevity distributor or visit hempfx.com.
Cool.
Yeah, it is. It is really cool.
Yeah, now the use of the word organically grown is a little bit tricky.
I agree.
I mean, there's first of all the production of the hemp, which is an agricultural process. But then before, what's in the bottle is a processed product, and that comes under additional regulations. And I'm not sure, I haven't examined those labels to see whether they're labeling the entire product as organic or simply labeling it as made with certain organic ingredients, which are then specified on the label.
So here comes their label.
Yeah, let's
slides.
look at some of the stuff. So one of the great things
Here.
Yeah, that's not the hemp one, unfortunately. But we have a bunch of products we
But
put out on the
to
table.
certify the entire
I
product would
agree.
mean that all the processing aids and all the rest of it would have to be non-synthetic as well, and that would be a lot more difficult to achieve. Whereas growing the plant itself organically would be relatively routine.
And if you look at longevity products in general, there are some where the entire product is labeled organic, some are not. One of our best selling is this Tangy Tangerine 2.0. We know from talking to people in the company that that's kind of why it's not labeled organic. That many
Yeah,
of the
you can
products,
always
many of the
label
products
the
are-
ingredients as
Components are,
organic,
but
but
yeah.
you can't necessarily label the whole product.
That makes sense.
right, and that's kind of, and so you'll see some variation in their products as far as which ones are labeled organic and which are not. But the effort is there to,
Keep it
actually
clean
what
as
we
possible.
can say about these is that they're NSA tested, so third party validated to ensure there are no pesticide residues or anything that's not on the label.
Absolutely. So that just highlights, that's really super hard to see, but it's proprietary organically grown hemp plant, patent pending oil extraction and purification, independent third party testing, no solvents, no heavy metals, no pesticides. But most importantly, this is the first product that I have seen, and I've tried several and looked at several, that is full spectrum and contains 0.0% THC. And that's what makes this product unique. So your daughter, for example, could not come up positive. There is 0 THC. So it'd be similar to taking an isolate, but with the benefits of actually maintaining the full spectrum. And that's what is different about their technology that they use to formulate their products, is they can actually extract all of the THC and maintain the integrity of the other molecules. So let's look at what it says here. So US sourced, eco-farmed, non-GMO hemp, organically grown hemp plant, grown on organic farms is what they're claiming. GMP compliant, so good manufacturing processes, that's good, that's the standard. Full spectrum phytocannabinoid, preserving the entire plant cannabinoid composition, 0% THC, patent pending technologies in the emulsion technology as well as the extraction technology, third party tested for purity, potency, and overall quality, allergen free and gluten free. So very nice, as long as you're not, not allergic to the hemp plant. Or one of the, like lavender or chamomile. Chamomile, if you have seasonal, what's it called? Seasonal allergies? It's in the family of ragweed allergies, chamomile.
So who's the
I did not know
certifier?
that.
I have a piece of, let me do it real quick before I forget. So I pulled up, a certification so we could look at it. Certificate of analysis.
QAI, is that it?
So there's the lot bottle.
Yeah, it has to be included below the address of the manufacturer. So
Okay, we'll get that to you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm sorry to
No,
interrupt.
it's fine. I saved it on purpose so you can see what they're looking at. They're looking at appearance,
Oh, I
odor,
see.
color,
Well, that's not-
cannabinoid. Yeah, that's okay. Microbial testing, the package, and then also the levels of each of the cannabinoids. So there are many different cannabinoids. CBG is coming up as a pretty substantial one, and even though it's in very low doses, it tells you what are the terpenes and what's the level that's contained in the product.
And what pesticides they tested
Yes,
for.
this is the pesticides, undetected, residual solvents, compliant, heavy metals, and then the THC is non-detected. So, yeah. Where was I?
That's good to know, and that's exciting for someone like my hubby too,
Right.
that he could
That's a big thing.
benefit from this and not have to worry,
Yes.
though he would.
Of course. My husband too. I mean, he's a government employee, so you worry about those things, and that's normal. Since I'm recording, okay. Okay, so these are the 3 products that we talked about. Mood enhancement is the soft gels, pain relief is the topical, and sleep support is an oral tincture that you place under your tongue, hold it for 60 seconds, and then swallow. And it doesn't taste that bad.
Actually, it doesn't. I've
I've tried others.
I kind of like that taste.
I mean, it's not. But some people are like, Rob's like,
Yeah, you're right.
All right, let's see here. Nope. There we go. All right. So the cream includes aloe vera, shea butter, lemongrass, and lavender. It also includes arnica, which is well known to help with healing, birch oil, menthol, peppermint, and copaiba oil, which I love. I sell copaiba oil from doTERRA and use it often, and it is also a cannabinoid and works on CB1 and CB2 receptors, where CBD only works on CB1 receptors. So I find that the complement of copaiba with CBD is like magic.
Wow, so that's why it's a driver.
So I love this product. Plus the glutathione, ancient minerals. Mary can tell you all about minerals in that bottle that's right there in front of you, that tall, skinnier bottle. But our bodies are lacking in plant-derived minerals and rare earth minerals. So you get the benefit of that as well as the hemp oil. This tincture, as it talked about, includes melatonin, chamomile, lavender, valerian, and linalool, which is another cannabinoid.
Terpenoid.
Terpene,
Yes.
that's the right one.
Terpene alcohol, I believe. It's oil.
And a lot of different essential oils contain that, and so it may come from some of those. The capsules include St. John's wort, linalool as well, and however you say that other one, myrcene terpenes. And then the nano-emulsion technology, which makes it a little bit more bioavailable for the body to absorb. Oh, let me go back real quick, point out 2 things. 150 milligrams of cannabinoids in the bottle. So again, labeling issues. There are differences that I want to point out. 25 milligrams of cannabinoids per serving, which is by dropper. However many drops there are on dropper. And then in the caps, the soft gels, those are the easiest way to manage how much you're taking most accurately because it's by caps. You can't change it. So we're guessing when you're supposed to shake the bottle of the sleep one and then pull it up. So you're, have some variability, but not a ton. And then we have a trio that you can get all of them, and it's the regular price. It's a substantial savings. I haven't done the percent, but and they're still currently free shipping. I'm shocked that they still haven't implemented shipping costs yet. I'm like, happy days. And then individually, I just wanted to show there is no charge to become a preferred customer either. Just FYI.
Wow, really?
And no auto ship requirement.
Wow.
which basically checks all of my boxes
Yeah.
again.
Never even heard of
It's
that.
it's not the norm.
No, it's not.
So it's nice that you don't have to make additional commitments. You can try the product, save
Yeah,
the
now
money.
the benefit to being on auto ship, if you have a monthly auto ship over $99, then you don't pay shipping. Okay, but other than that, you know, you can order when you want.
Or you can buy it here.
We don't have it in stock. You can order it here, and we can have it delivered to
To
you.
you.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, I tried to keep one or two, and I just haven't been able to keep them. So it's pricey to put them out and wait for people to buy them. So coming soon, just super interesting. If y'all didn't know, Hemp FX coffee is coming out later this year. Did y'all know that?
I saw the announcement, and that's kind of what I said.
I am so pumped. Several other companies have it.
Coffee shop.
We do have a phenomenal coffee, and that is
They have their own coffee line and producers and
plantation.
and now to bring those two together.
So details to come.
Yes.
They really haven't said much in the announcement, but
Nope, I just dropped
it's supposed
that.
to come out in May.
And then they just recently purchased this hemp processing equipment company and the water company. Icelandic
Right.
water just got purchased by Longevity. I'm super interested in that because they're out of the tablets. They have another product, this right here, this water bottle.
Those are great.
They're very cool, but in the top they have a place for a tablet. And so they have these CBD tabs, one for sleep and one for daytime. Right. But they're out of them, and I'm just wondering if those two companies, if these two, I'm like, come on.
They have other tablets too for those
For the water
bottles.
bottles
They have
as
a
well.
bunch of mineral tablets. I haven't jumped into them much.
They're out
They
of
have
the
some
CBD
that
ones is
have-
what I meant.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I want to try those.
So exciting.
So I haven't tried those. Oh, and I think this is 2 minutes as well. If you're at all interested in earning an income, this
If
is
you're
really,
anything like us, you
they've
like
got
the
a great
idea
program.
of making a little extra money in your spare time. You may even like the idea of starting your own business. If you had the money or the right idea, you'd do it. We were the same way. Then we learned about Hemp FX. Hemp FX is a brand new line of proprietary, organically grown CBD products. Our CBD products provide a natural way to support optimal health. Soothe relieves pain by supporting muscles and joints. It enhances a healthy immune response and reduces free radical stress. Uplift boosts cognitive performance, providing sharpness and clarity to enhance your mental outlook and overall sense of calm. And Relax eases the body and mind for deep and restful sleep. CBD is so effective, experts say it will be a $22 billion industry within the next 3 years. Knowing this, Hemp FX developed a world-class line of products, and they did it before the market gets saturated. Hemp FX handles almost all of the headaches that usually come with starting your own business. In order to make extra money in our spare time, all we do is share our stories, share product samples, and share the money-making opportunity. If you're interested in learning more about making extra money in your spare time, let me know. You already know countless people that may be interested in either purchasing the products or joining you as a member of your sales team. But now is the time to act before the market is saturated.
There's a lot of people vying for that right now. So, yeah.
Oh,
If you're anything like us, you like the idea of
Can I ask
making a
another
little
question?
extra.
yes.
So, my son grows marijuana, and
Just for himself
for his wife,
as well.
and then I read in the New York Times that it would help with bursitis, which I had in